Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the show for leaders who want real results, not more noise. Join Emanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt a shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
A single AI company just promised to spend $200 billion on Google over the next 5 years. That one deal now represents more than 40% of Google's disclosed cloud revenue, per CNBC. And it tells you exactly where the AI race is heading, who's going to control it, and why every marketing decision you make this quarter is downstream of that one signal. This is the Marketing Age of AI podcast. I'm Emanuel Rose. Let's get to work. Let's talk a little bit about what it looks like to have marketing in the wild. As I was just out on a trip, and in a small town in Eastern Oregon, and it was very much a rules-based marketing experience where the grocery store was not a public restroom, and they were closed at certain hours for certain times, and there were no solutions being brought forward, only problems. And so it's important to go through the process that you've created in your marketing and see where the friction points are, and revise and review your ICP's customer journey, and make sure that you make it easy for them, that you provide a before and an after look about your product or service before the prospect has access to it, and what it looks like after they have access to it, and continue to dismantle and remove friction from that process. Question of the week is, what new tool have you started using, or what have you innovated in your AI process? Welcome back to the show. This week, we cover a default ChatGPT model that just got smarter, a robot dog launched by the iRobot co-founder who built the Roomba. He poured $1.3 billion into AI startups in a single week, and a meta tool that just got open to every advertiser on the platform. Plus, my hot take on Apple letting third-party models inside iPhone, a listener question on AI search, and a 5-step playbook you can run today. Let's get into it. This week in AI news, story number 1, OpenAI shipped GPT-5 Instant on May 5th. It is now the default ChatGPT model. Every free user, every plus user, every pro user, every business and enterprise account is on it. The headline number is this: OpenAI's internal evaluations report 52.5% fewer hallucinated claims on high-stake prompts in medicine, law, and finance, and 37% fewer inaccurate claims in conversations users flagged for factual errors. There's also a new memory sources panel that shows you which past chats which files and which Gmail items shaped the answer. Well, isn't that refreshing? Why this matters for marketers. If your team uses ChatGPT for research, copy, or analyst work, you should retest the prompts where hallucinations have burned you. The default just changed under you. Story number 2. Apple is reportedly preparing to let iOS 27 users pick the AI model behind Apple Intelligence. Bloomberg reported on May 5th that inside iOS 27, Apple is calling the feature extensions. iPhone users will be able to route Siri, writing tools, and image playground to Google, Anthropic, or OpenAI. iOS 27 is expected at the WWDC on June 8th. For marketers, this is a bigger story than it looks. If a single user can pick a different AI model, your brand's AI search visibility now has to be tested across at least 3 modal brains, not just one. Story number 3, the Center for AI Standards and Innovation announced on May 5th that Google, DeepMind, Microsoft, and xAI will hand over unreleased AI models for government testing before public launch. This is inside the U.S. Department of Commerce. OpenAI and Anthropic already had partnerships. They renegotiated to align with the administration's AI action plan. Marketing read, vendor release dates may slip quietly while models clear classified testing. If your campaign plan assumes a specific model dropping in Q3 2026, build in some slack. Story number 4, the $200 billion deal. The information reported on May 5 that Anthropic agreed to spend roughly $200 billion with Google Cloud over 5 years starting in 2027. In exchange, Anthropic gets 5 gigawatts of Google TPU compute. Alphabet has also agreed to invest at least $10 billion in Anthropic, which with a path to $40 billion if performance hits the targets. Wow. For CNBC, the single deal now represents more than 40% of Google's disclosed cloud revenue backlog. Read that twice. One AI company is now 40% of one of the largest cloud businesses on earth. Cloud's pricing is now structurally tied to Google's economics, not Anthropic's alone. Wow. Meta opened its AI business assistant to all advertisers and agencies this week. This is live inside Meta Business Suite, Ads Manager, and Business Support Home. For Meta's own data, businesses using the assistant resolved common account issues at a 20% higher rate and saw a 12% decrease in ad costs per result after applying its opportunity score recommendation. Free, built in, available now in major global markets and languages. If you are running paid social, this is the single biggest free upgrade you got in the last few weeks. Hot take of the week. Here's my hot take. Apple letting iOS 27 users pick a third-party AI model is not Apple winning. It's Apple admitting that Apple Intelligence is not working. The story being framed as flexibility. Apple gives users a choice. Apple still owns the platform. Apple is the smart routing layer. I don't buy it. When the company with the most loyal user base on earth opens its core features to Google and Anthropic, that is a tell. The internal team did not catch up. The product did not catch up. So Apple shipped a settings toggle instead of a model. For B2B marketers, this matters in one very specific way. Stop optimizing your content for Apple Intelligence. Optimize your content for the models your customers actually pick. That means Claude, that means Gemini, that means GPT 5.5 Instant. Test all 3, track citations in all 3, and continue to optimize for AEO, GEO, and SEO. And check out georewriter.com. It'll help you rebuild your old content into AEO-friendly content. If 50% of iPhone users route to Siri and then to Claude, then Claude is your real search engine on Apple devices. Apple Intelligence is just the door. Build for what is on the other side of the door, not for the door itself. New AI companies. 2 companies stepped out of stealth this week, and both of them are betting on physical AI in your home and in the factory. Company number 1, Familiar Machines and Magic. Colin Angle, the iRobot co-founder, unveiled his new company on May 4th at the Wall Street Journal's Future of Everything conference. The product is called a Familiar. It is a 4-legged robot with 23 degrees of freedom, a custom touch-sensitive coat, a vision system, and a microphone. The pitch is not industrial, it is companionship. Angle is framing the Familiar as a household presence for comfort, coaching, and company. What we know per the company, this is not a commercial product launch. It is an emergence from stealth. No price, no ship date, marketing angle. Watch how the brand positioning lands. Angle has robotics credibility from the iRobot. The narrative he builds is the next 60 days will shape the entire consumer companion robot category. Didn't even know that was a category, did it? Company number 2, Genesis AI. Genesis AI unveiled Gene 26.5 on May 6th. It is a foundation model for robotics paired with a custom robotic hand the company built in-house. The company was already funded with $105 million seed round from Venture and Eclipse. The demo went viral for one reason. The robot hand cut tomatoes, cracked eggs, one-handed solved a Rubik's Cube, and played a piano. A longer reel added a smoothie making with 2-hand coordination, lab pipetting, and grasping 4 different sized objects at once. For marketers, the lesson here is not robotics, it is content strategy. Genesis AI did not buy ads. Genesis AI shot a 60-second video of a robot hand making breakfast, and the internet did the distribution work. That is what world-class product marketing looks like in 26. Build something the press cannot ignore, then let the demo do what an ad agency cannot. 3 big AI rounds closed this week. Total disclosed capital, more than $1.3 billion. Sierra raised $950 million at a $15 billion valuation on May 4th. The round was led by Tiger Global and GV, with participation from Benchmark, Sequoia, and Green Oaks. Sierra is the enterprise AI agent platform co-founded by Brett Taylor and Clay Bivar. Sierra crossed $100 million in recurring annual revenue inside 2 years launching, and Sierra now counts more than 40% of the Fortune 50s as customers. It's an interesting accumulation. Marketer read, customer experience is the most expensive AI category to buy into right now. If you sell into CX teams or build customer experience tools, your enterprise buyer just got their next vendor question. Why are you not Sierra? Round 2. Blitzy raised $200 million at a $1.4 billion valuation on May 5th. North Zone led new participation from PSG Battery Ventures, Jump Capital, Morgan Creek Digital, and others. Blitzy is an autonomous software development platform. The company reports a 66% score on SWE Bench Pro, which is a standard benchmark for AI software engineering. Co-founders Brian Elliott and Sid Pardischi, a former NVIDIA inventor with more than 27 patents. Marketer angle. Autonomous code generation is moving into Global 2000 enterprises. If your marketing ops team writes glue code or builds internal dashboards, this is the year you compete with platforms like Blitzy for budget. Round 3. Corgi raised 160 million Series B on a 1.3 billion valuation. TCV led Corgi as an AI native insurance carrier focused on startup customers. Founders are Emily Yuen and Nico Lacqua. The company plans to expand into trucking. Total funding to date is more than 268 million. The Series B closed only 4 months after the Series A. Marketer read: vertical AI first carriers are bypassing legacy insurance go to market. The marketing playbook here is product led plus underwriting, speed, not paid search, not field sales. If you're inside a regulated industry, watching the new AI native competitors enter your space, Corgi is your reference architecture for how they sell. Some new tools worth knowing about. 3 tools just landed in front of marketers this week. Here are the quick hits. Tool number 1, Meta AI Business Assistant. Available now to all advertisers free inside Meta Business Suite and Ads Manager. Reported 20% higher account issue resolution rate. Reported 12% decrease in cost per result after applying its recommendation. If you run any paid spend on Facebook or Insta, log in this week. Tool number 2, GPT 5.5 Instant. Drop-in upgrade to ChatGPT. It is now the default for every user. Over 50% fewer hallucinations based on OpenAI's evaluation. The new memory sources panel shows you which past chats and files shaped a given answer. If you build ChatGPT-based workflows for clients, retest your prompts this week. Your output just got better without you touching anything. It's the way software should be. Google AI Mode and AI Overviews, tool number 3. Per the B2 the 7 weekly trend report, Google updated AI Mode and AI Overviews to show more inline links and subscriptions labeled sources inside generated answers. What this means in plain English, your brand can now get cited inside Google's AI answer with a clickable link. AEO and SEO teams should audit which queries trigger inline link appearances for your domain. That is your free traffic acquisition test for this week. Tools I used this week. I used mostly fly rods this week and some Claude on my mobile phone, which was amazing because I was using Starlink to do it. So every week is not an AI week for me, but this week will be for sure. As we continue to test out AdSmith and see how it manages our pay-per-click ads for some clients and also for pay-per-click ads for the agency. So we'll start out with Instagram and Facebook and build campaigns in there, and then continue to test that as they add additional services, including Reddit and some other ones like that. So here's the 5-step AI search visibility audit that you can run this week. I built this around 2 things that changed in the last 10 days. GPT 5.5 becoming the default chat model, and Google's AI Mode update that shows more inline links. Step 1, pull 25 buyer questions out of your CRM or your support log. Real questions from real customers that have asked them. Run each question through ChatGPT on 5.5 Instant. Capture which domains get cited in the answer. Run the same 25 questions inside Google's AI Mode. Capture every inline link Google shows inside the generated answer. Step 4, Compare the citation lists side by side. Mark every question where your brand appears in 0, 1, or both result set. Step 5, push the gap list to the content team. Every question where you appear in 0 of the 2 results sets is a content brief. Time required to run this, about 90 minutes for a sharp content marketer and a good team. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this week's stories and this week's activity of reviewing the new chat and the new Gemini answer processes. And I look forward to seeing you again on the next episode of Marketing in the Age of AI.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emanuel on LinkedIn.